Hi, my name is Najma Ali and I'm an intern at Gov Public this summer. Right Track is a program created by the City of St. Paul that puts ambitious young people on the right track for their futures. The program places interns in government offices, private businesses, and nonprofits. The interns learn what it takes to work in a business. They also learn skills like interpersonal communication, email and phone etiquette, professional dressing, public speaking, and networking. These internships honestly make a huge impact on the lives of the students.
Like doing these internships, learning these skills, meeting these new people, all the hard work that I'm doing now will help me in the future. So that's the biggest reason I keep coming back to Right Track, because of the opportunity it gives me to help my future.
I would definitely recommend Right Track to my peers and friends and even my siblings. Kids should just be given that opportunity and it'll just help them grow as like an adult, and we need younger kids to go and build the future for us. So.
My name is Patria Her, and I am a Right Track intern at the St. Paul Area Chamber of Commerce. The Right Track program is important because it helps grow and diversify the future workforce in Minnesota. It also provides opportunity to students and gives employers access to talented and motivated youth who are eager to explore various career options and bring a fresh perspective to any workspace.
I love working here because the people here are just smart and intelligent and young individuals who really care about me working here and also want me to succeed in life. And they always give me all this advice and all these things that I should be doing so I can become a successful person in whatever career that I actually want to achieve.
Kong Peng, he is probably one of the brightest individuals I have ever met, and he is just smart, he's efficient, he's funny, and I can just see him going a long ways after this.
City of St. Paul has a wonderful resource in the youth in St. Paul, and they need skills and employers need great employees, and we need to develop that pipeline. So the Right Track program is one way that we can do that.
My supervisors, they'll always push me to, you have to do this, or they'll send me out to the community by myself, and there's nobody else with me to help me out. So it really pushed me to, okay, now I have to get out of this nutshell and actually speak to people that I do not know.
Employers learn a lot from Right Track interns. Right Track interns, when they come in there, they think they can teach Right Track interns. But at the end, Right Track interns are the ones who teaches them. They remember what it was like to be young and what it was like to just start off fresh. And I think that's a very humbling experience to have.
So how do you get involved?
Visit the Right Track website at righttrack.stpaul.com.
So to kick things off, we're going to start with the two people who make this program run more than anybody else. We have Laura Weller, the program manager, and Kathy Corum, the program director of YJ02.
All right, good afternoon. As Kurt mentioned, I'm the program director. My name is Kathy Corum, and I oversee the Right Track Initiative.
And I am Laura Weller, the program manager, the person you have received many, many emails from.
So any day that we can celebrate the work and community contributions of young people is a good day. So this is one of my favorite days of the entire year. This is our fourth summer with the YJ2 program, separated out from our YJ1 program. And the young people that are here today should know that you are part of our largest cohort ever. In 2014, we started with just 23 of you, and today about 220 of you started work with us this summer. So we're really, really proud of that. So a couple of things for the adults in the room that all of you might not know. 96% of our young people have completed their internships so far, and we expect that number to go up a little bit in the next few days. 480 North Star Digital Literacy Certificates were issued to your group this summer. That is an industry-recognized credential in things like Excel, Microsoft, and Word. Over the summer, you've had 12 hours of professional development in things like financial literacy, SurveyMonkey, WordPress, leadership, communication, Excel, and Word, and I notice a couple of the adults taking notes. They might want some of those classes next summer, I think, Laura. So our interns have served the community and supported their employers as bank tellers, administrative assistants, working alongside health professionals, working on engineering projects. They've been at construction sites, doing community outreach, and a few of our interns even got a chance to observe surgeries this summer.
And so I'd like to echo Kathy's congratulations to our interns. The job coaches and I are all extremely proud of all of the growth that you've had and the hard work that you've done over the last 9 weeks. We also want to take time to acknowledge our supervisors, sponsors, and the employers who have made a real and lasting commitment to these young people. When employers choose to fund a YJ2 internship and training, you do way more than provide just an income and a work experience to our teenagers. You remind our leaders here in St. Paul that our young people are worthy of investment. By honoring the abilities, ambition, and potential of our young people, you also honor the schools, families, and neighborhoods that they come from. We know that no employer's commitment could be fulfilled without the time, training, and mentorship of our Right Track supervisors. I realize it isn't easy to include supervisory details into the many other things you do throughout the day. And please know that each one-on-one check-in, your attention to detail, your coaching, and every informational interview that you set up for our interns was noticed and appreciated. There's no greater testament to the fact that our Right Track interns reported that 91% of them felt supported by their supervisors in the workplace. I'd like to ask our supervisors and coworkers who were supported an intern this summer to please stand and be recognized.
While the interns and employers sit at the heart of what we do, there are many others who deserve thanks for their incredible leadership and commitment to this program. In particular, I'd like to thank the Minnesota Department of Employment and Economic Development, St. Paul's Planning and Economic Development Department, the St. Paul Area Chamber of Commerce, the Bush Foundation, the F.R. Bigelow Foundation, the St. Paul Foundation, and the Otto Bremer Trust, in addition to our own city staff that supports this program financially. I also want to express my personal gratitude to Mayor Chris Coleman, Deputy Mayor Kristen Beckman, and the St. Paul City Council for remaining vocal and passionate supporters of our program. Our partnership with the St. Paul Public School District goes well beyond providing the space that we're in today. We work closely with their Career Tech Ed and Career Academy staff to align classroom learning with work experience, and about 65% of our interns, both in YJ1 and YJ2, are St. Paul Public Schools students. I also want to add a special thank you to the Minnesota Computers for Schools. They worked with us to secure intern laptops. We had 70 of them this summer, and also to St. Paul College for providing our intern professional development space, as well as the space for our staff this summer. And finally, I need to acknowledge our own Right Track team, including Parks and Recreation Director Mike Hom, who is here today. Mike, thank you. You've met our program manager on the YJ2 side, Laura Weller, and her job coaches are all here as well. Ayala Egg-Bobley, Kurt New, Casey Daubert, Gao Tao, Javier Higgins, and Udell Jean. They're all around at lunch tables and registration tables. Our YJ1 program manager, Asha Schaffner, is here, and I think a couple of her summer staff are here as well. Asha, where are you? Thank you. And then Right Track had our own two interns this summer. Abdi Muhammad is down managing the technology for us, and Ronson Ivanov couldn't be here, but we were blessed to have them. And I will turn this back over to Angelina.
Thank you, Laura and Kathy. Now I am excited and honored to introduce our next speaker, Councilmember Chris Tolbert from Ward 3. Councilmember Tolbert has been a huge supporter of Right Track and for that, we are extremely grateful. Please join me in welcoming Councilmember Tolbert.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. This is awesome. I remember that first year that we had 23 employees. We had a little barbecue on Ecolab Plaza. And it was a good crowd. We were proud of it. But this is better, and we keep growing and growing to bigger and bigger rooms. And I think we're going to keep growing until we fill, as someone told me, the Excel Center, or maybe better yet, the new soccer stadium in the Midway. And we'll fill that with the employees and employers if we continue the progress of this program. First of all, I want to thank everybody, or congratulate all the interns for completing the summer of work. You probably don't fully appreciate it, but this is a big summer in your life, and it's the start of your professional career. And congratulations on doing that. We also... I also want to thank all the employers and all the companies that took on interns. This program would not happen without your continued support and your continued willingness to do that. So thank you to the employers for doing that. And Kathy thanked all the great staff that we have at Right Track that makes this coordination possible. We have great political support as well from the mayor's office, as well as my colleagues, Councilmember Naker, who's here. If you want to stand up, Councilmember Naker, and Councilmember Tao. I think both are huge supporters of this program and help make it possible, and are going to help us fill that soccer stadium in a couple of years, we'll say. This summer was a great opportunity for all of you. And I remember my first professional internship opportunity. My grandpa reminded me when I got that job, he said, Chris, you got in the door, just as all you did this summer. You got in that professional door. And he said, now it's up to you. And he was right about that, partially. He was right because it required hard work. It required me finishing high school. It required me finishing college and preparing myself and going to work every single day and working hard at it. But he didn't add the other part. And that's, you have a lot of support. This room right here, everybody here, your employer, your supervisor, the network that you built this summer, they are here for you, even if you don't know that. We are all here for you if you don't know that. I pass out my card and I told many people, probably I only got to that back corner of the room, but I told them, I said, call me, shoot me an email, let me know if you need career advice, let me know if you need a reference. And I mean that. Call me, email me, I'll help you. And I think every person in this room will, from your supervisor to the mayor of St. Paul. We are all here to help you, and we want you to succeed. So take that and use it and rely on us, because we want to support you, we want to give you references, we want to give you advice. With that being said, this summer you had a great opportunity. It's an opportunity not everybody got to do. I did the interviews, and many of my colleagues did the interviews. And not every youth got to have a job this summer in a professional internship. And with every opportunity, you have responsibility. So take that opportunity and make us proud, make St. Paul proud, make your family proud, and succeed. We know you can, we're here to support you, and I look forward to watching you grow as professional people. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you again, Councilmember Tolbert, for that speech. I'm sure it was very inspiring to our youth here today. Next up, we're going to change things up a little bit and give you a little bit of insight into some of the work we did in our trainings with the interns this summer. One of the things we worked on was public speaking. And so to practice that, we did an activity called I Am Poems. And this was an activity that gave them some practice in speaking in front of the group, but also gave interns an opportunity to share their perspective and their experiences, and it really showed what a wide range of perspectives and experiences that we have here in St. Paul among our youth. So, on that note, I'm going to turn it over to Abdi to show you our I Am Poem collection.
I am from a Hmong community where young leaders are born to create change in our society.
I am from a land that's full of stars, children's voices coming from every corner, a place where people are watching you.
I am from a place where the ground I stand is soft and warm, where children fill the streets, and where yummy food carts park in vacant areas.
I am from the children running around in the streets and the laughter of friends and family.
I am from Nigeria's farmlands and banana trees, sitting in front of a corner store on a hot day, drinking a really cold Coke, ice coming down its sides.
I am from busy streets, birds chirping, and playgrounds.
I'm from the agonizing sound of the gong being struck during a shaman ceremony.
I am from a place known for their rice and meat. However, I'm more of a breakfast person. From pancakes to fritters, you name it, I will eat it.
I am from a place where rice grains is an everyday essential. Our soups and noodles, everything we make brings everyone together.
I'm from simple boiled chicken and the lot that disappears before the second plate.
I'm from fried plantains, beans, and rice, the good rice, and meals that look too good to eat. Some with names that don't exactly roll off the tongue.
I am from Somali food, sambusa, Swiss rolls, and pasta.
I am from Naya, Wariya, Ilahi Tabak.
I am from God gave you a face, why go make yourself another?
I'm from saying of an eye for an eye will make the whole world blind, and go outside more and stop being antisocial.
I am from Do Not Cry, I Will Cry For You, Let Your Pain Be Known.
I am from Naya Kalamil Kaida, or sitting around and take you anywhere.
I'm from my mother and father, who's given me life, support, and never-ending love.
I am from a place where I'm surrounded by my loved ones. For example, mom, dad, Naseha, KK, Siha.
I am from two beautiful people, Punya Kekuti.
I am from Pao, Peng, Mom, Dad, Kia, Lucy, Derek, and many more that I love.
I am from my mother, my father, siblings, and anyone that's ever helped me along.
I am from my mom, my dad, and my friends, 99%.
I am Panaya, Panhaya, Pania. Simply, I am a silver flower because I am stubborn, but independent and beautiful.
I am the fruits of my labor, hero of my own story. I am Chigoza.
I am from being judged, being looked down upon, but that only makes me stronger.
I am Mangher.
I am Kaylin Bay. I'm from St. Paul, Minnesota, home to amazing people, family, and a strong community.
I am who I am. At first, I didn't know who I was. People used to call me names, negative and positive, and I went along with it. However, I know who I am. I am Sumaya Hussein Salah.
Thank you to my fellow interns for sharing their words and stories. You guys are great. Next up, we are honored to hear from Mayor Chris Coleman, who has a long history of working to improve the lives of low-income families in St. Paul. He is our greatest Right Track champion. Having worked in the mayor's office, I have personally seen his commitment to preparing future leaders and making St. Paul a safe and lively community. Please help me in welcoming our very own Mayor of St. Paul, Chris Coleman.
Thanks, Angelina. You rock. Thanks for being part of our office. We've been so grateful to have you. And I know that other leaders here from companies and employers that have had Right Track interns feel the same way that I feel about Angelina, about all of you who have worked in their offices. It's so great to look out and see all of your faces and know that you've all had a good summer. So I want to ask you, of all the experiences this summer, what are some of the favorite things about this summer? For instance, who learned some new technology that they didn't know before this summer, and that was their favorite thing? Okay, there's a couple. Who met new friends this summer, and that was their favorite thing? All right. Who gained confidence this summer from working in a situation, and that was their favorite thing? Who put some money in their pocket and that was their favorite thing? I figured that was going to be the one that... So, you know, this poster here says it all. This is about developing future leaders for the city of St. Paul. And every one of you in this room have taken that step. You walked into the door of a situation, you've gotten work experience, you've had an opportunity to see what it's like to be in an office or in another work setting. You may have worked in the mayor's office, you may have worked in one of the other departments in the city, you may have worked for Excel or another company, a private employer. But the fact of the matter is, you have started that path, you started down the road to being a future leader of the city of St. Paul, to be able to provide for yourself, to be able to provide for your family. And the nice thing is, we know how important it is for all of you as the Right Track interns, but you need to understand how important you all are to our employers, to our companies, to the city, to all the companies that have supported a Right Track intern this summer. Because you're their future workforce. You are the folks that they are going to depend on as we go forward to make sure that they have enough employees, that they have employees that reflect the diversity of our community, that have employees that have all those different life experiences. The video that we just saw talking about where each of our journeys began and where we come from and who we are, defined by who our parents are, where the countries that we came from, the foods that we eat, but that diversity reflects the best of what St. Paul is all about. My roots are from Ireland. We don't brag about the food that we had in Ireland. It's not, not potatoes. It's about the only thing we ever ate was potatoes. And sometimes you have 3 different kinds of potatoes. So I hate to say this, but I am from potatoes. Sounds terrible. But hopefully we've had a chance, all of you, to exchange your stories with each other and get to know each other and get to know where your roots are and where you come from. But most importantly, I want to thank you all. I want to thank you for taking that first step. I want to thank all of our interns this summer who have grown and learned and are preparing themselves for success in the future. And to all of our employers that have stepped up to bring in 220 interns. As Councilmember Tolbert was talking about, we've come a long ways from those early days of the program where we could count almost on 2 hands the number of interns that we had. And we know that we can continue to grow this. We know that we have to continue to grow this program. So all of you that support it, all of you that have participated in it, go out and talk to others. Talk to other people that might be interested in an internship. Talk to other employers that might want to hire an intern, because this is truly developing future leaders for the city of St. Paul. I'm so proud of all of you. I hope you had a great summer. Now it's back to school, but it's back to bigger and better things for all of you. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you again to Mayor Coleman for that speech and for your continued outstanding support of this program, which is so essential to helping our teens reach their full potential. But as great as our adult speakers have been so far, the focus of the YJO2 program is on the youth and the interns. And so we want to make sure at this celebration that we have time to recognize that voice as well. So our next speaker today is going to be one of our interns, one of our long-term interns who's been with us for many years and who will do an excellent job of sharing her perspective on what the YJO2 program is really all about from an intern's point of view. So please help me in welcoming to the stage Mai Mua.
안녕하세요. I just greeted you all in my native language. My name is Mai Mua Lee, a Hmong woman and first-generation student at St. Olaf College. I was born in Thailand, but majority of my life was spent on the east side of St. Paul. I graduated from Community of Peace Academy. This is my 3rd summer with Right Track, and I am here today to share my experiences with you all. The main reason why I applied to Right Track was because I wanted to change. There were so many things that I wish I could do with my life, but I was such a shy and lazy girl. I was shy because I had no confidence in myself. And I was lazy because I did not acknowledge that I have the potential to do great things in life. I needed someone and something to help me change. That someone was my mother, who got tired of me lazing around at home during the summer. So I decided to apply to Right Track. When I found out that I got accepted, I was so excited. In my head at that moment, I was thinking, yes, I'm going to have a job and money. After the phone call ended, the excitement died down, and fear and doubt took over. I started to ask myself, can I really do this? I've never worked in a professional setting before. Later, I calmed down because I found out about the trainings that Right Track provided for their interns. After completing the trainings that Right Track provided all of its interns, we have all become experts at Microsoft Excel, typing, networking, and many other professional skills. Out of all these trainings, there has been one training that has made me realize the great things I can do. It was the Shark Tank training. All of the returning interns teamed up in different groups and created a plan and a website based on an issue of their interest. Later, we presented in front of 3 prestigious judges. My team and I created a WordPress website and a video about environmental issues to raise awareness in our community and fundraise money to support Earth justice. This training has strengthened my teamwork, communication, presentation, and public speaking skills. My advice to all interns is that even if the skills and knowledge we gained from the trainings are not useful now, it will be useful in the future. My first internship was with St. Paul Public Schools Technology Department. I learned and worked on many technical related projects. One of my biggest projects was to update, install, and package over 600 MacBook Pros and 45 PCs. It was a lot, but it was fun. This workplace was where I met my mentor, Israel Love, who was always generous with sharing his knowledge with me. My second and current internship is at the City of St. Paul Licensing Department. During my first summer with them, I mainly focused on supporting my supervisors and co-workers by researching and gathering data for public hearings. This year, my main focus has been related to the city's website. My greatest takeaway from this internship is having the opportunities to learn from my 2 supervisors, Dan Isialik and Eric Hudak, and having the opportunity to meet and bond with 4 other Right Track interns at my department, Anna, Maine, Tulip, and Samaya. I have learned more about women-related issues, racial inequality, and Somali's culture through our conversations and adventures together. From my past and current internship, I have gained more than money and a job experience. Not only have I gained many professional skills that will continue to help me during my journey, I have created lifelong relationships with individuals that has guided me and helped me find my skills and talents. I have grown from a shy teenager to an ambitious and courageous adult. In the future, I will graduate from St. Olaf College. Prince Ia, an American spoken word artist, said, "You cannot go back and make a whole new beginning, but you can start now and make a brand new ending." What I want all of the interns to take away from this is, if you want to become the best that you can be, do not wait for tomorrow to start. Do not be afraid to take on new opportunities alone. I want you all to remember that you have many talents and skills that will bring you far in life. Before I end my speech, I would like to thank my family, Hood, Sia, Ming, John, Kerr, and Comsort, that have continued to be supportive and confident that I will do well. That have also provided a place of comfort for me to just help me relax and just be a kid again. I would also like to thank the Right Track program for giving me such a great opportunity to meet lifelong mentors and friends. I want to thank my supervisors and co-workers for always giving me such an amazing experiences every summer. Lastly, I want to thank all of you here who make this possible for all of us interns. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Maima, for sharing. I am now happy to introduce our last speaker of the day, Dr. Joe Gothard, St. Paul Public Schools Superintendent. Dr. Gothard has a passion for public education, and we want to welcome him to his new role in St. Paul. We know you will do great things for the young people in this community. Help me welcome Dr. Gothard.
Good afternoon. I'm so honored to be here as a relative newcomer to take in this celebration and learn about the history and the current state of the Right Track program. What an excellent, excellent partnership. There's also a bit of irony. You see, you might think that the first job or the first experience is getting a job is something that you remember forever. And you do, but you also remember the last job interview you had. So at 45 years old, at the end of March, I was on this very stage, meeting a community that was unfamiliar to me, and sharing who I was to become the next superintendent of St. Paul Public Schools. I can't help but thinking about that being on this stage tonight, and I am not as nervous right now as I was in March, I can tell you that much. But in thinking about those skills, so from now until the time that you interview for that next job or prepare for that next job, being successful is about the kind of trail you leave and making sure that you're taking in all the experiences that you can and building who you are, building an identity around the community around you, what you can give and what you can learn from and grow from in order to have great aspirations. And I'm so thrilled that you've been able to gain some of these experiences right now. You're a step ahead of so many of your peers at your age and with the experiences that you've had, and it's just wonderful to be here with you today. You know, I'm learning a lot about St. Paul being new, and partnership is something that comes up all the time. And I'm starting to learn more and more about that. And I can't thank you enough, all of you who are involved in this and so many other partnerships. I'm looking out at people whom I've met in various ways of partnership with the school district and community. I'm also proud that one of my predecessors of St. Paul Public Schools was the founder of Right Track, along with Mayor Coleman and the Chamber of Commerce then president. And that was in 2014. It was smart on all their parts, and it just makes sense for cities, schools, and businesses to come together and partner in this way. We need to be as closely as we can to create a workforce that will one day be running our schools, our cities, and our businesses in the years to come. We've all heard the statistics and projections. The states project that by 2020, 3 years from now, I know that's hard to believe, fully 1/3 of all workers in the metro area will be persons of color or Native American. The Center for American Progress projects that nationwide by 2030, people of color will represent the largest share of workforce growth. I'm here today to tell you that I believe our future is in good hands. And if this year's Right Track interns are any indication, we're in very good hands. But I want to tell you, I don't mention this to encourage you to enter the workforce. I say this to encourage you because you're the future leaders and, quite honestly, the creators of our future workforce. We're looking to you to be the creators of a future workforce that can embrace all, that can look at difference right in the face and say, we can do this together and we can build a great legacy in our communities, and we hope it's right here in St. Paul. Let me tell you about just a few people who will be leading our Minnesota workforce. That is, again, if we're lucky to keep them here. Hodra Ali, a student at Open World Learning, worked with 3 different departments within the school district's facilities office and assisted in projects related to waste, energy, water, and the outdoor environment. Jordan Mitchell, a student at Highland Park Senior High, worked with Highway Federal Credit Union. Jordan received teller training and processed a variety of member transactions. Vimo Yang, a student at Johnson Senior High, worked in the State Office of Management and Budget, assisting with the administrative tasks, marketing, and communications. Speaking of communications, Ishra Yusuf, who I've been able to meet a few times, a student at Washington Secondary, worked in the St. Paul Public Schools Office of Communications, Marketing, and Development, where she programmed websites, edited videos, and helped prepare special events. Ishra, hopefully you help me look good in some of the videos that have been done. I know it's a challenge. Fatia Ahmed and Fiza Ali from Central High School, Siad Kuso and Jada Tao from Harding High, Tong Sang Zhang, Ho Cha Li, and Ta Yang Chu Ying Her from Johnson, and Sudi Ahmed from Lee. All of them work for the Minnesota Department of Health. They contributed to reports, outreach efforts, data entry, and filing. And they all received great reviews from their supervisors. Again, part of building that legacy, that work history, that trail that's going to lead you into great places. This summer we had Right Track interns who designed projects to be shared with other teams at the Minnesota Museum of American Art. We had interns who went out on a boat to study and track the population of carp. At least one Right Track intern went into the field to learn about pipelines with Xcel Energy. We even had an intern who shared information about her culture with supervisors to help improve the nursing field. Friends and colleagues, if you're looking for reasons to be hopeful after the events of last weekend, look no further than the people I've just described and all the other Right Track YJ02 interns, more than 200 of you, who have already begun to use your skills, your talents, your passion to make our city a better place. You are everything we love about the city of St. Paul. You are what's best and most hopeful about America. I want to thank all the employers who have welcomed these students into your workplaces, and there are far too many of you to mention by name, but we thank you from the bottoms of our heart. By bringing these students into your city and state agencies, your nonprofit organizations and construction companies, your banks and credit unions and hospitals, and your mayor's office, again, thank you, Mayor Coleman. You're laying a firm foundation for our next generation of leaders, and I really, really thank you all. I also want to take a moment to praise the work done this year by our district's Office of College and Career Readiness, or OCCR. OCCR staff really reached out this year. They identified Right Track champions at each high school. They provided these champions with additional information and reminders to support our interested students. They facilitated Right Track participation in launch day assemblies, increased communication with students, and coordinated Right Track presentations to the high school counselors. These efforts resulted in big increases. Some 1,000 students attended the Jobs Expo for YJ01, and more than 500 students attended interview days for YJ2. This led to a larger pool of qualified candidates for Right Track internships. The bottom line is that 591 students eligible for YJ2 internships in 2017 Approximately 220 students were hired for positions. Of these, approximately 170 are current SPPS students. In addition, many other students working in the program are former SPPS students, since Right Track hires young people up to age 21. And this year, for the first time ever, St. Paul Public Schools offered summer school credit to some of our Right Track YJO2 participants. These students received supplemental instruction taught by a St. Paul Public Schools work experience coordinator. In years to come, the option to award credit for YJO2 students for participation in Right Track will lead to increased support from employers who will be able to hire more interns and provide more opportunities to SPPS students. Right Track is truly a remarkable partnership, one that SPPS and I are very proud to be part of. Thank you for inviting me to speak to you today. Thank you, employers. Thank you, interns. And thank you, St. Paul. I am proud to be your superintendent.
All right, thank you, Dr. Gothard, for that great speech. I'm sure the students here are really looking forward to seeing the amazing things you'll do with St. Paul Public Schools. And to all the interns, real quickly, if you're ever doubting how important you are to the city of St. Paul, look at who we've had here today. City council members, the mayor, the superintendent. These are all the heavy hitters in St. Paul, and they are here for all of you guys, taking time out of their busy day. So clearly, you are extremely important. So on that note, that brings us to what I think is my favorite part of the event here today, and that is recognizing excellence, which we believe is a really important part of this program. And we have hundreds of interns who have done an excellent job this summer, but we wanted to recognize some who have really gone above and beyond the work that they've done this summer and really done a beyond stellar and outstanding job. So we're going to call out a few of you to come receive awards for the outstanding work that you've done this summer. If your name is called, please come up and stay up here on stage until we're done. I'd like to ask the audience to hold their applause until the end, but we really believe it's important to recognize these students and give them their due. So without further ado, we'll get into the awards. So our first award is to an intern who showed her dedication to her team and always showed up with an enthusiasm for learning. The award goes to Melissa Ofori. Laura. You wanna go? Our second award goes to an intern who showed outstanding professionalism and great communication skills with peers, job coaches, and supervisors, Mr. Ong So. Next up, we have an intern that we're recognizing for her enthusiasm, amazing personality that she brought to the trainings and her workplace. And that intern is Brianna Rain. Our next award winner is recognized for putting her all into projects and for making a positive change in her work environment. And that intern is Eblu Ways. Next up, we have an intern who was always a leader in her trainings, was willing to step out of her comfort zone and always try her best. And that intern is Pa Nia Tao. The next intern we're recognizing always showed a great willingness to jump in and lead his peers in any situation, Mr. Abdikalis Mohamud. Our next intern showed outstanding forward thinking, and he was always dedicated to creating positive change, Mr. Hua Vu. The next recognition goes to an intern who was able to quickly learn a wide variety of tasks and expertly complete them with only minimal supervision, And that intern is Tong Tao. And this next intern was recognized for his incredibly positive attitude at work and his clear desire to always do his very best. This intern is Abdi Malik Mohamud. And lastly, we have an Extraordinary Intern Award. The certificate says for asking thought-provoking questions, always having a positive attitude, and networking with each and every person she meets. But this intern has really done so much more, and you've gotten a small little sample of that today, of what an amazing young adult she is. And this award goes to Maimu Ali. All right, how about one big round of applause for all of our outstanding interns here. That was almost right.
I just want to take this opportunity to thank three very special people of the Right Track program. We have the YJ2 program manager, Laura Weller, YJ2, or the Right Track program director, Kathy Corum, and the YJ1 program manager, Asha Schaffner, in the back there. Their continued dedication and hard work to the Right Track program is why all of us are here today. Throughout the whole year, going through getting the partnership with these amazing supervisors and different businesses here, going through thousands of applications, through the interviews, and throughout the whole summer, supporting us and the Right Track and the YJ2 job coaches here. So I just want to thank those three very special people.
In conclusion to this end of summer celebration, I want to share a few words. On behalf of all the Right Track interns, I want to give a huge thanks to Right Track and all of the departments, programs, and organizations that took part in providing us with such great opportunities. With the help of Right Track, we students here today were able to take another step closer towards success. By doing so, we got to experience what working was like, how busy our life got, a taste of adult life, and most of all, how much we've grown as individuals. Malcolm X once said, "The future belongs to those who prepare for it today." Let us all encourage each other to take the skills and strategies we have and the experience we've been through to bring us closer to our dreams and goals. We hope you've had an amazing time. Before we head out, can all the interns please come up to the stage for a group photo? Thank you for coming and have an awesome afternoon.